Today we are making Belgian waffles. Oh my goodness, they're easy Belgian waffles. You're going to want to stick around to see how this one turns out because it is absolutely wonderful. And by the way, please support us on Patreon. It's so important and we really need your support. I'm Chef Don McMillan, and my memories take me back to when I was in Luxembourg and walking around there in the big square and watching them making these beautiful waffles. Oh my goodness, they were just gorgeous. They smell good, they look good, they're coming out, they're steaming hot, and they've got lots of fresh fruit and whipped cream on it. We're going to duplicate that for you today, okay? So please let us know in comments below. Just want to know if you ever made waffles, some of your experience, and maybe we can share some excitement with that, okay? Please subscribe. We need your subscription, and you got to tag that bell. You know, when you do that, it really warms our heart. Speaking of warming our heart, let's do that now with some waffles. So, some easy steps here, okay? First of all, we're going to start with yeast. I know a lot of recipes you see, especially those that are in the boxes, they are made with baking powder. We're going to make these big, fluffy, light, and delicious, but we need to do it with yeast. So I have here some milk, and I put it in the microwave for like about 12 seconds just to make it warm. I know you see a lot of recipes say 110 degrees. You probably need a thermometer and check it. That's just the level that it should not get any hotter. You actually could do it with warm milk or even cold milk. Just takes a little longer, okay? But you do need to do this. You need to take a little bit of sugar, maybe a quarter teaspoon, and put it in there because it has to feed, and we're going to feed the yeast. So put the yeast in there. That's 1 packet of yeast in case you're measuring, okay? Or if you got a tablespoon, a level tablespoon would work just as well. Give it a nice little stir and just let it sit there 5 minutes or so, be fine. You'll start seeing it foamy, and once it starts getting foamy, that means your yeast is ready. So we always do this when we're baking and using yeast. We call that proofing your yeast. So important. No point in making this whole recipe and then finding out your yeast is dead and you got to start all over and throw it out and you'll be frustrated. So always proof your yeast, even if you just bought it in the store. And please, when you read the back of the yeast, it has like the date on it. Forget about it, okay? You don't need to know that. What you need to know is your yeast active. It starts rising. And one way to keep your yeast, and I do this with my yeast, is I put it in a Ziploc bag or a closed fitting container, and I put it in the freezer. It lasts forever. I had yeast there 12 years and still working wonderful. So keep your yeast active. You know, I don't know how long we're gonna live, but as long as that is. Okay, enough on the yeast. Now we're gonna start making the dough, okay? So for this recipe, to make it light and fluffy, we're going to use eggs, and we're going to separate the eggs. So we need 3 egg yolks and 3 egg whites. So I like to crack my egg on a flat surface, just like that. And then the eggshell breaks in half. And what I'm going to do is to separate the yolk from the whites. This is so important. Do not get any of the yolks in the white or they're not going to beat up like you want them to. They won't beat up at all, really, okay? Any fat will prevent your egg whites from beating up. So we'll do that. So now I've separated the egg yolks from the egg whites. I'm going to set the egg whites off to the side just for a minute because the next thing we want to do is we want to incorporate the wet ingredients, okay? So with the wet ingredients, I have here the egg yolks. Let's go ahead and beat them up. And I'm going to place that right into our milk. All right. I'll add in the vanilla. And we'll give that a good mix. And now we're going to take our flour, add in sugar and salt. Give that a little bit of a mix. All right, now I'm gonna set that off to the side for a minute because we're gonna get our strawberries ready. So the strawberries, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something called masquerade them. So what we're gonna do is to slice the strawberries and place some sugar on them, and they will just be so absolutely delicious. If you want to, you can also take a little bit of alcohol, maybe a little vodka or rum or anything like that, or just leave it out. We're not doing that today, but you certainly can, which would make your berries even more sweeter and delicious when we place them atop of our waffles. So just slice them down just like that. It's nice slices. And you could use any berries if you like, or even pineapple or mango, any of those fresh fruits, whatever you prefer. Yeah, a little bit. And some sugar. Okay. Give them a little toss. And we'll just set those aside. I love fresh berries. Okay. We look at our yeast, we can see it starting to grow. And of course, in about 2 minutes more, we're going to incorporate that into our food. And when you do this, remember your yeast is growing. So it'll eventually grow up to the top of this cup. It'll come out and it'll be like the blob that took over the world. Don't do that. Keep your eye on the yeast, okay? Look at that yeast. Look. It started right here. I told you if you didn't keep an eye on it, it's going to come out and be the blob that took over the world. But now that we know our yeast is alive, it's alive. Let's put it in there to the liquid. Put all of that in there. Yeah, get it all in there. Mix it up. Put in our melted butter. Get that in there. Oh yeah. This is going to be so good. All right, let me get it all. And we'll just mix it all up. And we're going to incorporate it with our flour. So this is a yeast, which means that our mix, our waffle mix, is going to need time to rise. So after we get all of this liquid in there, we're actually going to put it in a bigger bowl and let it rise up because it's going to double in size. Okay, remember those egg whites that we saved? We're now going to beat them up. So first of all, put a little acid. You can do like a little bit of vinegar. I like to use a little bit of salt. You can also use cream of tartar. Don't need much, but you do get a more firmer egg whites with that. And then we have our little mixer here, and we're just going to beat that up until it turns to nice soft peaks. All right, look at those egg whites here. We've got them up there nice and fluffy. Now we're going to take those beaten egg whites and we're going to fold them into our batter. Just fold just like this. This is it. Just folding just in that manner. Just folding it. Don't worry about getting all the whites covered or incorporated. It will happen anyway. But what happens is those egg whites, because we beat them and beat all that air into them, it holds that air, and it's going to make your waffles even more fluffy and so much more lighter and of course delicious. So now that I have all the batter nicely folded. We're just going to put some plastic wrap around the bowl, set it aside for about an hour. It's going to actually double in size, and then we are going to make our waffles. Okay, it's been an hour. Our wonderful waffle batter just bubbles up. Look at all those bubbles in there, doubles in size. We're going to start making some waffles right now. We waited for this, okay? So first of all, spray your waffle iron and then put in your batter. Yes, get in there, spread it around, spread the love, and we're gonna wait in just a couple of minutes. We'll have some gorgeous waffles. Okay, now I heard that beeping. It means our waffle is ready, and it is. Whoa, let's take it out. My word, look at this. Look at this. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Gorgeous waffles, man. Well, let's make some more. A little spray. In goes the batter. Spread the love. And put the lever down. Well, there it is. Our wonderful waffle. Look at this, Lori. Daisy, what do you think? Huh? Do I get your bark of approval? Okay. I've got some melted butter, some whipped cream, some strawberries that we macerated earlier with the sugar. It's just ready to eat. So listen, we love to share this with you, so be sure that you subscribe. Definitely got to do that. And also, you got to hit that bell, make it ring, and also please leave some comments. We want to get back to you. And of course, do we get Daisy's approval on this?
See, I've got a little bite for her that doesn't have any syrup on it or whipped cream. What you say?
Oh, what do you think? I think she said, give me some more.
She's so happy to be a taste tester. She's really
Luckiest dog on earth. Yes. Let's cut this up. Belgian waffles. We waited a long time for those things to rise.
sure did.
So this is made with yeast. Okay, not from any mix now. We just got it going here. All right, let's put, oh, look how light they are. Look. Oh, let's put a little more syrup on that. Yeah. A little of that pure maple syrup, butter. Get it on there. Okay, waffle time. Yep. The real thing.
So good.
It's the real thing. Whoa.
Yummy. This is wonderful.
Well, like I said earlier, it reminds me when I was back. My good Belgian waffle is so good. So, that's really tasty. You're going to want to get this recipe. It's right below. You're going to support us on Patreon. We want to do more of these videos for you. We're going to give you exclusive content. We're going to give you an early access to see our videos. Also, some behind-the-scenes shots you're going to want to see. And we're going to do it all without ads. So, please subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. And I'm going to tell you something. We got a bonus for you. When you subscribe and put it in the comment section, let us know. Tell them what they're going to get, Lori.
For every 50 subscribers, if you will put a note that you subscribed, we'll pick one person out and we'll mail this to you for free.
Yes, we will. And remember always that our recipes are simple and delicious. There they go.
I'm going to eat some more of this.
You bet. All right.
And thank you for stopping by today.
Yeah. Come back again, you hear?